Kiting, both crucial yet incredibly underrated, is another key element of Solo Showdown. Kiting is when you or any other player is able to control the opponent's movement by both baiting and applying pressure in order to force others into tricky situations. Kiting is such an important skill, in fact, that it can completely turn an entire showdown game around if executed correctly. Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Gabriel, or Modern Soldier, and today I'm going to show you exactly how to kite in Solo Showdown. But before we get into the games, I'd like to quickly say that if you do like what you see, or if you have any further questions regarding this video, feel free to jump into my Twitch streams. I stream every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The links are down in the description below. But without further ado, let's hop right into the first game. Okay, so we're going to spawn in the bottom left corner of the map with a mortis above us and also just a box here in the corner and a Shelly over to our right. So the first thing I'm going to do is just going to go for the Shelly, because if we go for the box, we're not going to be able to open it up, and we're just going to have to deal with the Shelly instead. So we managed to easily take her out there. 4 shots was all it took, and we managed to kill her, grab the power cube, and then we're going to go for this box just over here. Now, if you didn't understand what kiting meant from the introduction, I'm going to go over it a little bit more in depth in this game right here. So basically, what kiting is, the way of kiting is being able to run around the map and sort of pull your opponents, or at least attract your opponents in some way to follow you, and then you can lead them into situations that they don't want to be in, or situations that wouldn't really benefit them as much. So that's why I picked Jessie for this video, because Jessie's more of like one of those target type brawlers where people sort of go for her, but she also has the potential where if you play her right, she can actually really get a good comeback on someone. So what I'm going to do right here is try to entice this crow, or I can take him out. Either one works. But what I want to try and do is lead him into a bad spot. Maybe if I can find someone else to actually lead him towards, that's what I'm going to do. Although what I can do is keep applying this pressure, just because he's getting pinched between me and the bee. We've also got a Primo over here, so it looks like we're going to have to bait some more people. The crow's actually going to jump away. I'm going to keep my eyes locked on the crow, because he's going to be a really big threat. I'm just going to throw my turret out right there. I'm going to use my attacks to heal it up if he tries to shoot at it, and we should be able to take him out there pretty easily. So there is a Daryl right here with his super. We're going to try and just stay near our turret for the health, and also so we can tank behind it, because we don't want to get taken out by the Daryl. And we do actually have a bee right here who's trying to shoot at us as well, so she's probably going to try and weaken this turret. We're going to try and weaken her as well, and we're also going to try and heal up our turret with the energized star power to make sure that's always at full health and it's always alive and well, making sure that we have something to tank behind when we go against this bee. So that's literally what I'm doing right now, just healing it up, staying behind this turret. We don't really have to do anything right now. We don't actually have to kite anybody here, just because this Daryl doesn't seem to be going for us, and I don't really need to put him in between me and this bee, or vice versa. This bee is just going really aggressive on us, and all I'm doing is healing this turret to make sure that we have some kind of protection. So she's going to get some two easy shots on there. I'm going to keep healing up my turret. I did just get my turret back from that, which is actually really handy for us. I'm just going to throw it out right here, so it should be able to take out this bee with honeycomb. We are going to be able to finish her off. And now we have a turret in these bushes over here, and what I'm going to try and do is maybe entice this Daryl to go for us, and then see if I can maybe get the mortis to intercept the fight as well. We should be able to hide behind these walls here if he tries to roll us, unless he gets a really good bounce shot. And same with this mortis. So it looks like he's just going to roll the mortis instead. I'm going to throw my turret right in the center here, and it looks like he's just going to run into the storm. So it looks like that was a pretty easy game there. Not too many examples about kiting, but at least I managed to explain it in this first game. So we're going to hop into the next few games and see if I can give you some actual examples of how to do it. Okay, so this time we spawned in the bottom left corner of the map again, and we also have a mortis above us, but this time we got an enemy Jessie as well over to our right instead of a Shelly. So we're going to keep that in mind. We don't really need to go for it, although I can probably go in like a 1v1 shaping battle. And if you didn't check out my 1v1s video, I highly recommend it, because I go into a little bit more depth on how to win your 1v1s. So we should be able to win this encounter against this Jessie pretty easily, as long as we play it right, and we don't make too many mistakes. So the first thing I'm going to do here is we're going to try and push her out of this area, because currently we're in the corner of the map, and she can actually pinch us really well with the storm if we don't hold a good position and we don't fight for our ground. So that's what I was going to try and do. It looks like she did just run away and sort of lose interest, so that made it really easy for us. We're going to keep on pressuring her, keep on dealing damage to her, and also staying away from those bushes up there, because you never know if a Daryl will pop out and try to kill you, especially being a Jessie with the low health. It's just a much easier target. And right there, like I said, there was actually someone in there, and that Jessie unfortunately did run into that Shelly, which isn't so great for her. We do have a Shelly above us and also a Shelly to our right. What I'm going to try and do here is see if I can maybe bait someone to come towards me. Maybe this ball. This ball looks like he's going to get taken out by the Carl and myself. So the Carl should be able to take him out here. He's going to use his super. I'm going to just throw out my turret right here to just have some extra backup to help me out. I'm going to use my Energize Star power to be able to take him out there and also heal up the turret. So we managed to clean that fight up really well there. Not so much kiting, but at least we played that really well off and also managed to clean up that kill pretty easily. So we've just been holding our ground really well this game, just like the last game. Not too much going on. Really just fighting for what we need to do in the spot of our map, and also being able to kill people and clean up fights. What I want to try and do is maybe bait this Shelly, although to be fair, Shellys normally won't budge. If we go for the bee, we're probably going to have a much better time trying to actually kite a bee, since bees with the long range would try to like snipe you, and then they'll get closer and closer and closer, and eventually you will be able to pull them towards other people. Although it does look like that bee did just get taken out by the Shelly. Now I did see my Jessie orb actually go towards those bushes, which leads me to believe that there might be someone in there, but I'm not 100% sure whether or not that's the case. So I'm just going to keep playing pretty cautious, trying to play for my turret because I still don't have that since I used it on the Carl. And we should be able to be pretty good for the rest of the game. So it looks like these two Shellys just fought it out in the middle there. Another really interesting game. We'll probably be able to take this one as well. We'll hopefully be able to do so with the help of our turret here. I'm just going to try and conserve my ammo to just heal it up like I've done there. We should be able to get one more shot off, and now the Shelly will take another extra hit to take it out. So she's going to use 2 shots there. I'm going to try and just loop around over here and then keep on shooting her, taking as much cover as I can. I'm going to go up here. We're probably going to take the second place here, unfortunately. But once again, another good game. We played Jessie really well there. Not so much kiting once again, but we still played really well. I quite liked the 1v1 interaction with the Jessie at the beginning, and also being able to third party the Carl and the Daryl fight. So that was still a really good example of other things you can do. But let's hop into the third game and see how it goes. Okay, so we're spawning on the left-hand side of the map, and we do have a box just below us here, which we'll be going for. So we're going to use 3 shots here just to open it up pretty quickly. And my Jessie orbs are leading. Actually, they were leading down there, but now they're leading above me and also down again. So it looks like there's both a player below and above us. We're going to go for the one below us because if we can try and reposition to the bottom left corner of the map, it's going to be much easier for us to play it off towards the middle and also the end of the game. Although I was trying to see if that bull tried to go for us there, but it looks like he did lose interest because we have those ricocheted shots. Now we do have a Brock and a Colt fighting here, so I should be able to third party this pretty easily if I can get maybe one more shot off to entice the Brock to finish it off. I'm going to see if I can maybe hit the box here to hit the bull as well. So he did just run into our Jessie orb there, and it looks like he's not going to go for the rest of the box. Who knows? He might come back for it. I'm going to just hit this Colt one more time. We should be able to get in pretty close range of him to finish him off if this Colt just helps us pinch a little bit more. The Brock did just take the kill there. Pretty easy for us, and now we actually have this whole bottom left corner all to ourselves. Although that is the case, I am going to actually go for more people, try and go a little bit more aggressive to get people to follow me so I can demonstrate properly how to kite a player, especially someone like a bull maybe. If we like do enough damage towards him, maybe he's going to charge us here, which is going to be a pretty good demonstration. He's actually going to charge away into a Nita, which is definitely not what you want to do. He did just get taken out and cleaned up by us because he just put himself in a really bad spot and he got way too weak. So instead what we're going to do is go for this Mr. P here. We should be able to take him out if he's not playing so carefully. We do have a Shelly down there. I'm going to throw my turret just over there because I know that his little porter thing is all there as well, just to get a little bit of damage off, and I should be able to take it out. So now we have 3 power cubes. We don't have a turret anymore. Looks like he just moved it. There is a Shelly in these bushes who we should be able to antagonize. I want to see if I can maybe get her to follow me. If not, we're just going to keep bullying her, I guess, and chipping her away for health. And this Brock looks like he's going to third party us once again. So, third party with us again. So, the Brock did just go down once again. It's pretty tricky for some reason to be getting people to chase us around the map. We're just doing such a good job of being able to control them. So actually we've gotten really weak, so I'm going to fall back on the bottom left corner of the map because it's away from the Mr. P and the Colt, and it's actually perfect. The Mr. P is locked onto me right now, and now what I'm going to try and do is go to the top of the map, see if I can get the Colt to fight him instead. So I'm going to just do this. I'm going to run up to the top of the map. Hopefully this Colt doesn't use his super on me. Doing my best to juke. The Colt is still going for me right here. I'm going to do my best to juke his shots as much as I can, and hopefully we should be able to take him out here. So unfortunately we did manage to take the 3rd place there, and the Colt actually finished him off. So if we did manage to hang in there a little bit longer, it might have been a pretty successful kite. We might have been able to get the Mr. P to shoot at the Colt a little bit more, although I didn't play that too well. The storm did get a little bit too close, which made it a little bit trickier, but that's kind of the rough idea of how you want to try and kite people. That Mr. P did go for us. He was very aggressive, and if the storm wasn't so close together, we might have been able to actually walk him around a lot of the map and seen if he tried to take us out later on in the game. But without further ado, let's move to the 4th and final game and see how it goes. Okay, so we're spawning in the bottom right corner of the map, and we do have a box just over here that we are going to open up pretty quickly. We just need 3 more shots, and then we should be able to get 1 power cube to start off the game. Now, I don't know who's below me in the bottom right corner, since we spawned sort of middle right, so we're going to just head down. Well, we're going to try and grab this box first, but also sort of get a rough idea of where people are. Looks like the Shelly's actually making her way towards the top of the map here, so I'm going to just do my best to try and shoot at her and the box at the same time, get the ricochet shot. It's going to do a lot of damage to her, and she's going to be able to take the power cube, but at a price of charging our super. So we should be able to either antagonize her or she'll antagonize us, so we'll see what happens here. Although this Rico is in these bushes, I'm going to see if I can maybe get him to try and pinch with me. So it looks like the Shelly's in a really bad spot now. The Rico did help me by doing a little bit of damage. I'm going to throw my orb here. She did actually stand still. I'm not sure if that was calculated or not, but that is a strategy that you can use when you're juking, and it's to stand still because the enemy's normally going to try and predict your movement, and if you just don't move at all, then they don't really have any movement to predict. So that was a pretty interesting thing that the Shelly did there. Now this Rico's going far too aggressive on us, probably because he's trying to secure a situation. So he tried to get away from the Jessie, so he sort of picked a target. He picks me. I just ran away because I really didn't have to deal with him. Doing as much damage as I could to try and get the Jessie to the third party. And now we're just going to try and go for this Jessie right here. I'm going to throw out my turret to sort of block that pathway. I'm going to use my Jessie orbs to try and hit her turret as well to get that ricocheted shot. Now we're in a really bad spot here because that Jessie was in a good spot to pinch us, although the Rico's actually going to take a lot of damage from the turret, so I'm going to just do my best to weaken him even more. We got a Daryl rolling in as well at 37 HP. I should be able to finish him off here and get that easy cube unless the Rico tries to contest it. So I'm going to throw one shot here just to back him away. He's got 22 HP and Robo Retreat, so it's going to be a lot more harder to hit him, although if we just get one more shot since he's pinned in the corner, we should be able to pick up that pretty easy kill. So overall there, a lot of stuff went on. I was just playing really well, a lot of really passive, just waiting for people to make moves instead of me doing it so I could come in and clean later. Since the Rico made a move on me early, I just played very defensive and tried to back away so I didn't have to deal with him. We managed to handle the Jessie pretty well, managed the Rico, managed the Daryl, and now we're in a pretty good spot to finish off the rest of the game. So we're not going to be able to do any more kiting now since it's really close quarters with the storm. This Jessie's just going to get third partied, and it'd be really tricky for her to try and pull one of these brawlers to try and attack me instead of her. Although if she does manage to do it, nah, she just ended up dying to the Ems instead. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw my turret out on this Leon. I'm just going to use my Energize to try and heal up as much as I can, just to deal a little bit of damage to him. This Ems does have very little health. We managed to take her out. This Leon's going to go for the cube here. So he's going to probably take us out here. Yeah, we're going to grab the second place victory, although I'm still very happy with that game. I'm very happy with how we were able to kite the Rico mainly. It's a bit of a different way of kiting. So there's also like the applying pressure version where obviously you sort of chase people and force them into bad situations, or you can do what we did in the previous game and just sort of pull players around the map with that Colt and the Carl in the center. So overall, I'm pretty happy with this video. I hope you guys did enjoy it. I hope you guys did learn something. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel because I do these how to win videos every Tuesdays and Thursdays. And if you have any further questions or you have a suggestion for a brawler or a map I should play, be sure to pop into my Twitch chat. I stream every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The links are down in the description below. But that'll be it for me today, guys, and as always, keep sweating. Psych. I'm dead here. Oh! Oh! Oh my god, bro. I flicked my super and that single rocket took him out.